Hello and welcome to Mike's SAS Tutorials. Today is going to be a special topic lesson on how to use the SAS Help Manual. In case you aren't aware of it, SAS provides a really useful documentation for all of the code it has in its system. And to check it out, you would just click here under Help and SAS Help and Documentation, or just press the F1 key by default. One of the best things about the documentation and help file that SAS gives you is that it's really well organized. It has pretty much all of the code that you can find in SAS, and it's all provided to you in a kind of templatized way so that you can look at any of the procedures and copy them and fill them out as you need to. To find specific procedures, you just have to click under this Contents tab and then go under the SAS products folder and find the specific procedure you want. So like for example, the SAS graphics procedure for the SGplot PROC would be under Procedures and Statements, All Procedures, and you would scroll down until you found the one you want. In this case, it's SGplot. And you would have a nice table of contents here that provides all of the information you need to have it. The really nice thing also is that there are these examples here. So grouping a scatter plot to produce this kind of a plot, you can check out the code. It's right there provided to you, and it's all really nice, really well documented. Unfortunately, it's a really complicated way to have to go through this folder every time to find the specific procedure you want. But fortunately, they do give you this nice search function over here under this search tab. So if you wanted to find the SGplot procedure, you would just type in SGplot and push enter. Now this might take a while for you. I've previously loaded the help file, so it's a little bit faster if you've had SAS open for a while. What I like to do is just push F1 real quick when I open SAS and then close it, and that way when I come back to it, it's going to be really nice and speedy. The topics are displayed here under this tab on the side, but you can see here they're not really intuitive. Like, what is this AutoX01.SAS and Dictionary of ODS Language? That doesn't seem to be what we want. We just want to find a nice quick summary of what the SGplot procedure is all about. So the best way to do it is you would just scroll down until you find a lot of these the blank procedure sentences, and you want to find the one you want, which is in this case the SGplot procedure. Now you can see here the SGplot procedure, all of the results here are laid out with the name, a colon, and then some part to it, like concepts, creating a bar line chart, creating a horizontal box plot, and so forth. Now if you find something in these results that matches what you want to do, it's a lot easier to just click on it right away. So if you wanted the examples, you can click there, and the examples are all here on the side. What I like to do though is I like to go to that table of contents page. So if you go to the listing again and you find the SGplot procedure, you want the one that has the colon and then the same exact name right away, and you'll find the table of contents right there. So this is just a really quick way of finding information really easily and being able to find some help without having to go to the internet right away and Google it. One last thing about it too is if you're ever curious about some of the theory behind specific procedures, you can click under concepts, and there's a lot more of the statistical know-how going into every PROC listed here. And well, maybe SGplot's not the best one. Let's say we go to the logistic procedure, PROC logistic, the logistic procedure is right there. So here's the table of contents, and you can see for all of the specific parts of it, there's this details section. I don't know if you can read that. Let me zoom in here. Details, logistic procedure, missing values, response level ordering, and so forth. And when you click on them, say over dispersion, you'll see it gives you a lot of the theory of what's going on behind the scenes that you might find in like a methods section of a paper, or if you're a heavy statistician and you understand the theory behind it, you might want to know how does SAS calculate the covariance matrix for logistic procedure in a deviance scale or what have you. So you can go through it and you can find out exactly what it's doing. But that's up to you. And if you really need to, it's all provided for you and it's really well documented. I mean, SAS honestly does really one of the best jobs of demonstrating the help file's potential. I don't see that kind of help documentation in any of the other Windows programs I use. A lot of it is in the Linux environment with the man folders. I forgot to mention is the favorites menu, which is also part of the help manual. And you can see it here right next to the search tab. It's this favorites option right here, and it saves all of the topics that you specifically add to it. Using this menu down below at the very bottom where it says current topic and there's this add button. It's really useful to find specific things that you need to constantly come back to in the help file. For example, you can see here that I have the logistic procedure and the SG panel procedure. Those are two that I use often, and I just don't always want to remember the specifics of the code, so I like to refer to them really quickly using that favorites option. And just to show you, if we go back to, let's say we used SG render, and I wanted to find the SG render procedure, and here's the table of contents for it, I would just have to click on the favorites button right here, scroll down, and you'll see here that the current topic, let me zoom in a little bit, shows the name of this help item, and you can add it. And when you do so, now it's here forever, and you just have to click on favorites. You can double click on it, and it's right there for you very quickly, very easily to find, and helps out a great deal. Okay, so thank you and have a great